What's up, everyone? Mavfather here with another exciting, I hope, backyard baseball video as we continue this side season in preparation for our upcoming backyard baseball league season. This game we're playing at the Royals, and I do not know any more than you do about who is on this team, so we'll see how that turns out. They have a home field, a playground commons, so that's where we'll be playing this one. And our team is the same as usual. So across the infield, Davey, Cal, Brad Bender, and Ahmed Khan. Across the outfield, Horace Young, Petra Chekhov, and Amir Khan. On the mound is Andy Bronson, the souped-up clone of Randy Johnson. And behind the plate is Raul Mondesi. Batting order has stayed pretty consistent throughout the season. Actually, don't think I've changed anything about it at all. Mostly just trying to get our power bats or our more consistent, like line drive plus speed kind of bats, as many at bats as we can. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this one. From what I can see of their team so far, it looks like a girl power squad, maybe. Maria Luna on the mound, Keisha Phillips in center field, one of the Webbers at shortstop, and some generic at second base, not sure which one. Andy took the first pitch for a ball, fouled off the second pitch for a strike as I was looking through the defense that I can see at least. Ooh, Ken Griffey Jr. out in left field, Ronnie Dobbs in right. They do have both Webbers, so twin bonus going on. And some generics at some other spots, so I haven't figured out exactly who they are yet. But anyways, Andy got a pretty good piece of that one, ripped a double into center field where the AI defense had kind of shifted away from where they really should have been to more easily catch that one. Ahmed takes the first pitch pretty low in the strike zone for a strike and then hits it kind of weakly towards whichever Weber is at shortstop for the first out. Andy's still standing on second base. Since Emery instructed this defense for me, I'm going to assume their catcher has at least solid enough arm to not allow Andy to steal third here. I could try, but I guess at some level, if I don't experiment, we're not going to find out. So we'll see what happens on this two-strike pitch to Raul. That is high. Catcher does make a pretty strong throw. Third base woman seems pretty slow, though, as it took a while for her to get to the bag, so the throw was delayed at least. As Raul has worked it to a 1-2 count and got a good pitch to hit, but fouled it back. Fouls back that hook pretty close to the middle of the strike zone as well. And then takes a fastball pretty far above the strike zone there. So hanging in there against pink boosted Maria. I couldn't tell if it was going to be fair or foul. Or sorry, ball or strike, I should say. Ooh, that one's going to skip past the second base woman. So Raul got lucky with the catcher drop. And then a bad throw by the catcher, maybe a little too aggressive there, led to us getting up to second and third safely with Petra at the plate. Take the first pitch for a strike. It was a little higher in the strike zone than I thought originally, so maybe it was okay to swing at. But Petra made nice contact on that one and drives it out into left field. Petra is not going to be able to go past first base, but she picks up 2 RBIs on a long single. Nice job opening up the scoring there from Petra. We'd obviously rather have her hit it over the fence and not get stuck on the base paths, but pretty dang happy just to put some runs on the board, and we'll certainly be swinging power here with Emery just to try to move things along. Move Petra along in particular, I should say. So far, Maria has not given Emery anything to hit though, so it's at a 3-0 count pretty quick, and we'll be taking this pitch for a strike. So now we'll at least consider offering it a good pitch from Maria. Yeah, about like that. It was a good pitch from Maria. Emery just kind of skies it into shallow left. Ken Griffey is under it and tries to double up Petra at first, but no luck there. Does bring us up to 2 outs in the inning, both from the Kahn brothers. And Davy Marion now at the plate. Kind of oscillated between power and line drive with Davy so far. I'm going to go line drive here with 2 outs. There's not a whole lot to lose from it. We can't hit into a double play at least. And it is all contingent on Maria throwing some strikes here, as Davy has also worked himself to a 3-0 count. And we'll be taking this pitch with Cal coming up next. Not a huge downgrade in just straight up batting between Davy and Cal. Some, but not huge. Davy got a nice pitch to hit, drives it out into shallow center, right at Keisha though. So she doesn't make the catch, but she makes a good enough throw in to get Petra at second. So not really Davy's fault there, but it's alright. We got our 2 runs from Petra's long single. And we'll come here to the bottom of the first with a lead. Of course, this Royals team seems like they're going to have a pretty strong offense too, from what we've seen of their defense. And I have Petra in center field, who does not make the catch, so this is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Come on, Mir. Just no good outfielders on this team, huh? Looks like a triple for Ken Griffey there. And I think at Parks, or at Playground Commons, excuse me, here, we're going to make some defensive changes, though I'm not exactly sure what that should be. Do I just sacrifice my infield arms to make this work? I mean, I don't hate a mirror in right. I think that's okay. Horse and left is fine. Put Davy in center. Petra at second, and Bender at third, I think. We'll see how this goes. Trying to somewhat mitigate the damage that this lineup can cause, as Keisha helps us out with a bunt that gets herself out and does not allow Ken to race home. So, giving up an out for nothing there. As Ronnie Dobbs comes to the plate and whiffs pretty badly at a first pitch right hook. Clobbers a left hook, but it goes straight behind the plate, more or less, for a foul ball. And he can't quite catch up to the pretty extreme heat of Andy Bronson, and it goes down on strikes. And cries. Poor Ronnie. Oh, Lena's at third base. That's appropriate. Cool. Lena has been with me a few times in our backyard baseball league seasons and has some definite downsides, but solid bat for the value and great arm. And just hits a weak ground ball back to Andy, and we get out of there despite the leadoff triple, kind of, from Ken Griffey, with no runs allowed. Still up 2-0 here, going into the top of the second. Cal, Horace, and Brad gonna be our batters as Cal whiffs at a first pitch that was in the upper part of the strike zone, but definitely a strike. I think that one's low. Nope, that is in the lower part of the strike zone, also for a strike. Quickly falls behind 0-2 and pretty much has to swing at this pitch. Great contact, and catcher makes the catch. Still not entirely sure who the catcher is, so we'll figure that out at some point. Should figure out the second base person at the very least next inning as well. As Horace takes a pitch just inside for a ball. And hits a kind of weak grounder towards second, but it's fielded at least well enough for a quick second out, and not a lot of hope to put anything on the board here with Brad Bender up, but it is possible for him to reach base. He's batting .375, and probably about half of those are from power-ups, but still leaves some normal hits. That one was close to being what we would be looking for if it had gone down the third baseline and far enough away from Lena, maybe. Nasty pitch from Maria there, catching the low inside part of the strike zone. That's just a difficult spot to hit the ball, no matter what. And Maria does strike out Brad. Thought that one might be low, so I was just going to take it just in case, but Brad will go down on strikes instead. We'll start things off at the top of our order next inning. And we now see that it's Gloria Patel, however you want to pronounce that, playing second for these Royals. Not exactly, nope, okay, a fearsome hitter, I was going to say, as I screwed that up with our pitcher covering. I was kind of trying to have Ahmed actually run over there, but did not successfully do so. So Gloria's going to reach, which could end up being a good thing if we can manage a double play, but I've learned to not really count on that personally, so that was not an intentional mistake there at first base. Come on, Andy, missing below the strike zone. Embarrassing. But now that she is on base, we'd like for Sydney to make some weak contact here, and might have to make the play at first. If we actually want to get a double play, I've got to actually find the strike zone, first of all, though, as we've allowed Sydney to work to a... No, we just got to take the out at second. Pretty close to picking up a walk there. As the Webbers come up back to back, gonna be tough to double up the two of them with their pretty solid speed, but you never know. I think especially with them laying down a bunt. Oh, we got him. Nice catch, Ahmed, at first, by the way, on a kind of high throw from Cal. That was about as clean of a double play as I've turned in quite a while. So nice. We got a crazy bunt for Brad Bender to use his next time up, which might be a little while, but got the best part of our order starting things off to try to work our way around to him, and if we do, we'll have a big inning. Probably not on that one from Andy. A high pop-up that whatever Weber is playing shortstop is able to catch. Just got a little under that one on a pitch high up in the strike zone. Couldn't resist swinging at that elevator with Ahmed. Is it going to get out? No. Keisha makes the catch in deep center. That was a prime opportunity to pick up another power up. Timed it well, but right at Keisha, who can both cover a lot of range in the outfield and is tall, and just happened to arrive at that good time to make the catch there. Well, looks like he's going to come away with a single, lacing that one into shallow center. The better swings of our season here from Raul. Maybe he's trying to make a case that I should be considering him more highly for our upcoming draft. Oof, that was a pretty good pitch to hit, but swung right through it with Petra. Good link for her to carry over her first inning success, and she does! Turns on an inside pitch and crushes it, moderately speaking at least, down the left field line. No doubter, and travels 481 feet, including bounces and stuff. So Petra is up to 4 RBIs in this one, and is completely carrying this Oriole offense, at least in the moderately early going here. With 2 outs here, and nobody on base anyways, we're going to try a line drive with Emery. I haven't really been doing that probably enough with him so far. That didn't necessarily make me want to do that anymore, but he gets lucky with a single from the catcher, just dropping the ball, as they are wont to do. So Emery on first, and Davey at the plate. Torn between power and line drive here with Davey. It'd be nice to clobber one over the fence, but Emery is fast enough that a good hit would score him, or not score him, but get him safely around. And Davey actually turns on an inside pitch as well. Got good luck with timing those right now, I guess. And line drive clobbers it over the left field fence. Much shorter than Petra's, but nice. We like to see that. Brings us up to 6 runs in this one, on our second 2-run homer of the inning. So a bit of a dud in the second, but getting through most of our order here in the third. We haven't quite yet knocked Maria out of the game, but I suspect it'll be coming. Yep, one more pitch. That'll do it for her after we put 6 on the board. Ronnie Dobbs steps onto the pitcher's mound. It's Maria out in right field, if I am actually able to take advantage of that anyway. Instead, Cal gets a hold of one and follows up Davey's homer with a home run of his own. Line drive swing on a nice pitch to hit. Cal deposits it over the left field fence. I'll call that just pure left field still. Nice 340-foot homer for Cal. Third home run of the inning, and a 7-0 lead now, as Horace Young steps in. Horace gets a hook that may have stayed a bit outside of the strike zone, but that's still a pretty nice place to hit from a closed stance. So I was giving it a shot. Horace, line drive swing, drills it towards center. Does not get over the tall chain link fence, but does then bounce over the wooden fence in center for a ground roll double. Almost went back to back to back there. Super strong swing from Horace there. I'd love to see that. And Brad Bender's going to not try to follow that up, but we'll lay down a crazy bunt that eventually is going to settle up against the fence in right field. Looks like it's going to be a double for Brad. Yeah, we'll just hang out there. Pitcher has the ball. Nice RBI double. Not that he entirely earned it, but that's okay. And we do still have a crazy bunt for the next time Brad comes up, which is guaranteed to happen at this point. He's not quite ready for that Ronnie fastball on the inside part of the plate. If I had been, would have been a nice pitch to try to drive with Andy. Instead, he'll make good contact out towards left field. And Griffey overthrows Lena at third. I was trying to get Brad there safely. I think he would have been out on a good throw, but instead will be credited with a RBI double for Andy. Not entirely deserved. Again, I think Brad would have been thrown out at third if they had cleanly made that play, but that's the way it goes in backyard baseball sometimes. And so we're now up 9-0 and have Ahmed Khan at the plate and Andy at second base. Ahmed quickly goes down 0-2 though on some nice pitches from Ronnie, and is going to have to swing at this pitch, which he just barely mishits. And it goes foul down the third baseline. I'll swing at this one too. Thankfully just fouls it off. One that kind of started bouncing towards the left and then went off to the right. Pretty interesting bounce there. I don't think I've seen something quite like that before. Ahmed laces that one into left field. Honestly, maybe could have got Andy home there, but we'll take that long single from Ahmed on a line drive swing as I have completed a transition from almost pure power to almost pure line drive right now. I'm going to try a steal with Ahmed. There's a fair chance they just don't even try to throw. They do try to throw. Fair enough. Nothing doing. And we'll keep our runners on first and third here for Raul Mondesi. Gets a nice looking slow ball on the outer part of the strike zone, but just fouls it back. Might have actually been a squared stance pitch, but we strike out. Nope. That hook just misses outside to go to 1-2 for Mr. Mondesi here. Pitch looked like a strike, or close enough at least. Just fouled it back though. But not a great swing on that one out towards Ken Griffey in left, but he misses it. So Raul reaches safely once again. Not particularly impressively in my opinion, but that again is how backyard baseball goes sometimes. And we'll have 2 runners on and 2 outs for Miss Petra Chekhov, who hits a high pop-up. It looks like the catcher is not going to be able to field cleanly. Thought with how far away from the plate that was, it was almost halfway down the third baseline. Somebody would be able to make that catch, but they were not. So Petra reaches with a single. And now I'm greedy with power swing here with Emery, at least until we get to 2 strikes with bases loaded. Get some pretty good pitches to hit, honestly, but fouled them both back. So switching to line drive here just to try to put it in play. Ronnie misses just inside with that third pitch to go to 1-2 for Emery. And Emery, is it fair? Grand slam, Emery Khan! There we go. This is up to a 12-run third inning here. Just within 1 foot of our earlier, I believe the Davey line drive home run was 303 feet. Mircon, line drive, grand slam, just barely fair down the third baseline. And the Orioles have taken control of this game in commanding fashion. Once again demonstrating that I know absolutely nothing about backyard baseball, because this defense looks pretty freaking good. I've been swinging more line drive, so maybe that's just the secret here, but would have suspected more troubles against this team than some of the others we've faced, but this is the team that we picked up a huge inning on. Cheryl Reynolds behind home plate. We're just now actually finding that out. No wonder she's just been throwing the ball wherever the heck she wants. Arguably the best catcher in backyard baseball. Very nearly the best batter in backyard baseball as well. Though on this occasion, she'll be retired on a pretty weak ground ball towards Cal Ripken. But yeah, this team is stacked. Maybe even better than the team I have, and especially factoring defense in theoretically, but just been a pretty good one for us so far, as Maria sneaks it past Cal at short, and despite being pretty tired, I suspect legs it out for a single. Now we start things back over finally with Ken Griffey here, who again tripled to lead off this ball game, but I haven't done much since that triple. And we fixed our defense and everything, and I don't think Davies had to do a single thing out in center field so far. And we have a much better outcome against Ken this time as he goes down on strikes. Let's see if Keisha Phillips can team up with Maria on the bases to make something happen here. She clobbers that one. I think it's going to go off the fence. It does. So just a long single. Thank you, Davey. That worked out well out in center field. If Petra had still been in center field, I think that's just an inside the park homer, regardless of if it stayed in the park or not. But Davey tracked it down and made a good throw in to Cal at short. So just the two runners on and 2 outs in the inning. And Ronnie Dobbs at the plate. Makes good line drive contact towards short, but Cal is able to field it well, make a short throw to third, and get us out of there. The Royals do have 5 hits in this ballgame, which is fair. They really have a good team. But no runs on the board, and 14 for us with Cal Ripken now starting things off. Ooh, that hook was a bit too far outside. I got greedy swinging at that one. It's alright. Strike one. That one looked like it was coming in at least close to the strike zone, and can generally reach something like that from close stance, but fouled back in this case. That one may have been a ball, but I wanted Cal to at least go down swinging if it was. He just hits a little pop-up back to Ashley. It is caught for the first out. See if Horace can reach base and lead us to actually wanting to use our crazy bunt. Looks like the answer to that is going to be yes. Can you make it to second, though? Looks like the answer to that is barely. Nice double out towards right field. Maria seemed to have no interest in actually chasing after it, so Keisha had to come help her out. And did make a strong throw to second, but just barely made it in time. Ooh, she almost snagged that one at first, but ultimately they chased the ball out towards left field. And looks like Brad is going to be able to stroll in for a second crazy bunt assisted double. that scores for us. And we actually got a third crazy bunt out of that one power-up gain, so if we do get back around to Brad, which we have a pretty good chance to. As Andy clobbers one out towards center, and the defense was shifted too far for them to do much about it. I think I can even get Brad all the way home here. Yeah, not by much, but worked out okay as the Weber currently on the mound. Ashley retrieves the ball from Cheryl by running into her, making Cheryl drop the ball and then just picking it up herself. So a nice double from Andy, his third of the game. And Ahmed Khan steps in and watches the first pitch go by on the inside part of the strike zone. Drawn line drive swing here with Ahmed. As Ashley locates another hook pretty nicely, high and inside this time. And now we got to swing at this one. Not a terrible pitch to hit, not a terrible swing, but right at Griffey in left, which doesn't mean much with how this game's been going. So Ken flubs it out in left field once again. Not entirely sure what it is about Ken's rating or whatever that makes him drop it, but that's happened several times in this one, which has greatly aided the Orioles against the Royals here. I'm not going to try the whole stealing of second thing. That's just not going to work on Cheryl here. So Rawl steps in, 3 for 3 so far. I think at least one, maybe two of those were pretty lucky, but again, that's backyard baseball for you. As Ashley misses high with her third pitch for ball one. Definitely misses high with that one as well. Only one out in the inning, so however Rawl can reach base, it would be greatly appreciated as he rips it towards left field. Just going to be a long single as Ken retrieves it pretty quickly. And gets it into Ronnie and on to Ashley on the mound. But solid RBI single, definitely deserved hit from Rawl there. Now 2 runners on and 1 out for Petra, who is going to take that first pitch low but in the strike zone for a strike. That one may have been actually called a ball. Thought I might be able to get a hold of it. Definitely not swinging at that wild one. That finishes right about on home plate. Petra takes it down the left field line, and it just barely clears the fence in left field. Petra's second home run of this ball game. 303 feet. Second 303-foot home run of this game. Not both from Petra. She clobbered the other one. But, cool. That's something I don't think I've at least noticed before. Not that I really look for it that closely. So 20 runs in this one now. Which if you've been watching all my games this season, first of all, thank you, I appreciate it. And second of all, this has not been common for us this season. Even at our home park of Tin Can Alley. But this Playground Commons and against this defense is really working for us for whatever reason. The good part of that defense got us there with Emery being retired at first. Davey hits that one a little too high in the air, I think. Yeah, Ken gets under that one and does make the catch. But 6 more runs on the board in the 4th. We'll take that 20-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th now and face Lena to start things off. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Watches the second pitch go by for strike 2. At least try for a strikeout here with Andy. And we'll succeed. Nothing doing it for Lena there. It's up Gloria, who kind of luckily for her at least reached base her first time up. Pretty happy to lob in some slow balls to her in this case. That was a better swing than I would have given her credit for. Davey is gonna watch it go right by him in center field. That's unfortunate. I think it's closer to make this throw to Horace, but I could have been wrong. Oh, but it skips past him. So Gloria with a double. Something that probably should have gotten caught in center field, as, you know, I really want her to get her double. Nope, she's going to run into the out at third. If she had turned around, I was just going to let her walk back to second personally. Like, good job, Gloria. You hit the ball well. You deserve a double, but I'm not going to let her stretch it to a triple on just a bad throw back to the pitcher. So, got too greedy there, Gloria. Should have taken your double, but not to be in that situation. Yes, Petra does actually get under that one, but still can't make the catch. That is the downside of having Petra at second base now, having Petra on defense in general. So, Sydney reaches safely for her sister Ashley to try to continue this one. And this is Brad Bender going out at third, and between him and me, we cannot put anything together there, and he's going to try to lob it home to get Sydney out, but we do not succeed. So a little bit of a fielding screw-ups there for me. And we are going to allow our first run of the game and have a runner on base for Cheryl, which is not ideal. Because she could definitely just decide to clobber one on me. So far it's fallen behind 0-2, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. If that heat would have caught the outside part of the strike zone, we could have been free and clear, but it misses outside. That one gets it though. So Andy picks up strikeout number 4, and just the one run allowed to the Royals. As we move into the top of the 5th, starting things off with Cal once again. I feel like he's led off the inning like 3 different times now. Liked that pitch to try to drive with a line drive swing and an open stance, but we foul back instead. Ooh, that one does catch the inside part of the strike zone. I was deliberating, but ultimately took it. So 0-2 as Sydney comes in to relieve her sister Ashley. And Cal puts a nice swing on the ball, and the shifted defense meant that nobody was actually standing there in center. And he'll pick up a double on that one that Keisha fields relatively cleanly when she does get over there. A nice leadoff double. Brings Horace to the plate. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles of his own so far. Takes that first pitch right above the strike zone for a ball. And if Horace can reach, we'll have 2 runners on for Brad Bender here. Yikes, that was no way I was swinging at that one, but it just barely catches the bottom of the strike zone to go to 1-1. And that hook has just enough break on it to catch the outside part of the strike zone to go 1-2 as Sydney pecks at the edges here. And she should have been, as Horace does hit it hard towards Maria in right. literally right at her, but she cannot make the catch. So Horace is safe at first. Kyle scoots over to third, and with Lena, the third base person, we're not going to try to send anyone else anywhere on that missed throw over to third. And it's time once again for a Brad Bender crazy bunt. And he once again makes contact with the ball as the Levers once again try to make a nice play on the ball. Ultimately, it gets scared around all the way into towards the right field corner there. Brad makes it to second just fine, and the two base runners both score. So yeah, that one power-up got us at least the 6 runs, and really probably more than that when you factor in just Brad being able to reach base, as Andy whiffs at a nice outside pitch, unfortunately. We're going to try power swing here, and we're going to take that pitch, even though it is a strike. So we'll switch back to line drive here with an 0-2 count on Andy. But yeah, getting a power-up, which we did turn a pretty dang nice double play to get that power-up, as on top of things like errors from Griffey in left field, really opened this game up for us. As we get another error from Keisha in center this time, as she settles right under the ball, but just can't make the catch. So, lucky single for Andy. Brings up Ahmed to try to add even more to this lead. Definitely going to try power swing with our current situation. Ahmed certainly powers that one into the ground and foul, but he definitely hit the ball hard. And whiffed on a pitch that was a little bit further outside than I thought, in the strike zone, but hard to get from an open stance. And then powers that one into the ground. Cheryl does make the play at third to get Brad, but that does set us up with some faster runners on the bases for Raul here. So not a great day for Ahmed. He's been credited with 3 singles, but not coming through with any homers or anything. As Raul hits that one hard, but will foul. 4 for 4 so far. Again, not truly accurate to what he's done so far, but that's all right. And he's fallen behind 0-2 here on those 2 foul balls. And then we'll take that pitch that hit the plate. Pulls that one foul once again to stay alive, but not progress things forward anymore. Hits that one hard and right at Griffey, and of course Griffey makes the catch that time and makes a good throw into second base to double off Andy Bronson. Amazing. Well, even if I had been able to turn around manually on that one, I think Andy would have gotten out there. Great play from Ken. Doesn't really make up for all of the disasters he's contributed to, but ooh, and that one does squeak by Davey in center. That's unfortunate. Strong throw into second, though. Can Petra catch and apply the tag? Yes, she can. We had a single, but could not stretch it into a double thanks to Davey. Despite Davey and Amir converging on and ultimately not catching or stopping the ball. Ken comes up and hits a little dribbler right to Raul behind the plate. Raul. Probably Raul. And we get the second out pretty quickly there. Face Keisha now with 2 outs, nobody on base. A little dribbler to the pitcher. who makes a strong throw to Ahmed Khan and gets the third out. No damage done there for the Royals. Take that 22-1 lead now into the top of the sixth, where Petra leads off. We never really want Petra to be leading off, but it's alright. As she watches the first pitch go by for a ball, she'll still just be swinging power and has had herself a game, especially with the 2 home runs, but whiffs at that one that was a little bit further outside than you can normally reach with an open stance. But I think got all that one. Yes, she did. Petra with her 3rd home run of this ball game. Just a solo shot, but that's not her fault. That's her teammates' fault. They suck. Just kidding. They've obviously done well today, and you probably shouldn't get in the habit of telling young kids that they suck at a game. That's how you get them to never play baseball again. As we go off on a bit of a tangent there on Petra's slow walk around the bases. She is not very fast. But yeah, 23rd run on the board on that great swing from Petra. And we're at the point of the ball game where it just doesn't matter all that much. And we're going to swing some power with Emery here, see if he can hit a light tower shot like Petra's first one. Nope, he can hit it back up the middle to Gloria, who once again makes a play to retire him at first. Pretty well placed ball even from Emery there. But he's not quite fast enough, and Gloria plays pretty mean second base there. Davey gets all of that one. Yes, he does. Pulls it down that left field line, as I've done time and time again in this ball game. And picks up a 317-foot home run. 24-1 lead now for the Orioles here, and the complete demolishing of this Royals team. Honestly, it's probably a stronger team than any that we'll really face during our upcoming season. We have a pretty good team ourselves, but still a good sign here. Coming after a pretty poor game last time out overall. Cal's gonna get lucky with a single there as the pitching Weber and Lena run into each other in front of third base where the ball was hit pretty weakly. And Cal, again, will pick up technically a single. Horace gets a pretty good pitch to hit, but pulls it just too far down the third baseline. For strike one. That's that one into the kind of the gap in center, in front of Keisha in center, I guess I should say. Although I have to sprint with Cal and ultimately turn Horace around, or send him around first on the bases there, but we do have everything work out in the end. So 2 runners on and 1 out, and Brad Bender at the plate, which is not ideal after burning through all of those crazy bunts, but we'll see if he can put some oomph into this one. Or work his way to a walk, as Sydney has missed twice in a row now to start off the at-bat. Make that 3 times in a row. Absolutely no possible way I will be swinging at this pitch with Brad, just to clarify that. My hand is off the mouse. And we take ball 4. Good job, Brad. Way to take that walk. Load up those bases for Andy Bronson. One big swing could put us even further ahead here in the 6th. Not on that pitch, as Sydney misses for her now 5th pitch in a row. That's a ball. That one's a strike, but pretty low in the strike zone. Prefer something closer to the middle if we can get it. That one was, no, still not really any closer to the middle. In a vertical direction and far too far inside. That one looks a little too high for what I'm really looking for, but is called a strike. So now we're at 2 and 2 and can't be quite so picky. But even against Andy and his giant strike zone, that one misses just a bit high to go to a full count for Andy. That one was definitely a strike, and it bounces off Ken, who does ultimately make the catch. We're not going to get anyone there. Good swing from Andy. Ken bounced off Ken and left. Thought it might bounce over the fence, but instead he was able to recover and make the catch on his second try to retire Andy. No runners advance. And we'll stay with the bases loaded for Ahmed Khan, who hits it hard towards left center, and it clears the fence for a grand slam! I believe Emery had a grand slam earlier. I don't even remember anymore. I've been playing this game for quite a while because we keep scoring runs. Regardless if Emery did it before, Ahmed did it now. Grand slam, 388 feet. As we listen to the entirety of that beautiful rockin' home run music for Ahmed, and go up 28-1 here in the 6th. Could Raul Mondesi finally end things for us here with 2 outs in the 6th? Maybe dials back the first pitch for a strike. So that one hard on the ground towards Ronnie at short, but Ronnie cannot make the play. So he'll pretty well earn himself a single there. That was fine enough contact, I would say. And Petra, with her 3-homer day so far, gets another crack at it here. Takes that first pitch below the strike zone, though. Swings right through that pitch that was in the strike zone, but it's pretty low. Probably shouldn't have been swinging at it anyways. Is that number 4? Or is Ken going to get it? Ken's going to get it. Ken does make the catch. Not a bad swing from Petra, but did not go to the right part of the ballpark to clear the fence. So we are retired with just 28 runs in this one. As Ronnie hits that ball out towards shallow center, it looks like, come on, I'm so bad at this defense thing. Skips past Davey in center. Not quite a strong enough throw in towards Petra to make the play. As Ronnie tries to advance towards third, he does turn around and head back to second. I'm going to let him go back to second. I mean, really, we should have caught the ball and just ended it there, but once it got past Davey, Ronnie pretty well deserved a double there. So, yes, I am being a good sport to the AI here in the bottom of the 6th of a game I'm winning by 27, so take that as you will. That one skips past Horace. I thought he had already fielded it by the time I clicked towards first. So, single for Lena there, I guess. As the ever-fearsome Gloria steps up the plate. We're going to pitch her moderately carefully now that she's made good contact. Also, I forgot they had a power-up, so undergrounder. Out towards Amir in right. Actually makes a pretty dang good relay into Petra. So everybody's safe, but nobody goes further than one base. And let the bases loaded for Sydney, which, if they have another undergrounder, is probably going to spell trouble. They do. Alright, well. We're just going to let whatever happens, happens. It pops out pretty close to Davy in center. Petra cannot possibly make this throw home. Really wish Cal had been the one to field it. But that's not the way cutoffs work in general. So I pick up a single that scores 2 and cuts our lead to a slim 25 here. This is the kind of stuff that definitely would matter in our league. So we can't quite turn a triple play there, but we do turn 2 to eliminate Gloria and the lead Weber. I never remember which one's actually on base or anything like that. Played through a whole season with them, just calling them Webers the whole time. And Cheryl lays down a bunt that we field and throw out successfully to put an end to this one. But a 28-3 victory, I don't think is our truly best score. I think we went off the very first game. No, actually it was the second game against the Blue Jays. 29-3, so very similar result there. I think that one was at Playground as well, if I'm not mistaken, but that was a long time ago for me from when I actually played that one. But anyways, yeah, great game from Petra with those 3 homers and so close to a 4th. But pretty good games all the way around, either some line drive homers or just moving things along, or the crazy bunts from Brad. But yeah, that was fun. So definitely had some hits and some misses in this season so far. The 3 kind of dominating performances, a couple decent performances against those Wombats, and then 3 kind of stinkers overall, I would say. But yeah, definitely have more fun scoring more runs. Go figure. Anyways, that's going to do it for me today. Thanks for watching this one. If you made it all the way through, it's definitely a bit on the longer side. But